game easily. BTB, who's feeling the same? Everything that we speak is building a flame. It sparks from the beat, so remember the name. From the bars that we bring, who's killing the game easily. BTB, who's feeling the same?
All right, guys, here we are for another episode of the Bring the Bars podcast, and I'm joined by Mally Muzik, who recently just dropped Sit and Soak, the Chronic Get Back. How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? You know, I'm just chilling.
Nice. And, you know, it's been a bit now since this has been released, I guess a couple weeks now, and now that it's all done, I know you worked on this for a long time. How does it feel to have it out and the reception you got from everybody?
Well, man, like, I got a lot of good reviews, even from people that didn't even like my stuff when I started off in the beginning, you know. But I got so much love and people wanted to hear it. And when they purchased it and heard it, they was like, you know, they felt like they got their money's worth. And that's what I wanted to happen. So
yeah. The whole album,
I got a lot of love out of that. It was cool. That whole month just was, it was crazy. It was crazy. Love from out here where I'm from, love from everywhere in the world, and you know, it was crazy.
So if anybody didn't hear it yet is gonna watch this podcast, how do you describe like the concept of this album, the style and vibe of it all?
Well, yeah. The title of the album came from you know, I was looking at an old school picture of myself, which that one was right there. And I was looking at it and it was the original picture for my very first solo album. So I took it and I was like, you know what? I'm looking at to the sky. I got a black and mild in my hand. And I know I was thinking there's got to be something greater than what the hell I'm doing, because I was on drugs in that picture. Straight drugs, dude. Lit in a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I don't get down like that. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, meth was a hell of a drug. So, you know, and I was just sitting back and just staring off and thinking, man, something's gotta change. And yeah, later on we went and hit some purple weed, dude. And during that time, that shit just killed off anything bad you were doing. Like, what? Oh, you're on one? Here, smoke this. Nope, not no more. Now you're eating and going to sleep. That's how potent the purple was back then. You know, but yeah. Thank God I'm 15 years clean from that shit, dude. That shit's crazy. But yeah, you know, that's what I was at with that. And then I had a collection of songs that I did for a whole year. And I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna call this the Sit and Soak, the Chronic Get Back, because it's still, you know, it's still chill, but it's very different than all of my other albums.
Yeah.
From the features, production, the features, right on to the features, you know, including yourself.
Yeah. You hit me up for
know?
that Keep Stepping. That's why I knew you've been working on this album for a while, because that was a while back we got together for that track.
Yeah, man, that was last year sometime, 2021.
Yeah.
Yep. But you know, like I was starting and didn't finish the album because I was so caught up with me and Jumpin' Joe. Hey, our stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and then after we were done dropping, I was like, okay, I gotta finish this album. And then I did the album cover, and I was like, oh hell nah. So I had to finish the album. I had to finish the album. So yeah, man, and the beat makers, they were all, you know, dope. But
production on this album's on point, man. Yeah, production's on point on this album, man, start to finish.
Yeah. And thank you for mixing one of my songs down, man. I needed that.
You're welcome, man. No problem.
Joe was having some technical difficulties uploading, and I was like, man, he was like, hit up KC. Oh yeah. So,
yeah, I've talked with Jumpin' Joe a few times. We traded mixing pointers and shit like that. So it's funny that he said to go to me. But
well,
yeah,
you
it
know,
was
man, got to keep the money where I know where it's going. You know.
yeah. And you know, like I'm gonna work like Jumpin' Joe and I mixing. We're gonna try to give you the best we can. And if you didn't like it, if you told me, I would have fixed it. Like no charge,
Yep.
none of that shit. I
Yep.
want to make it so you're proud of it.
Hell yeah, and I appreciate that, man. You know,
Anytime,
but
man.
you recorded me or mixed my vocals down a few times over the years, so
Yeah.
you already knew what to do.
Well, I got
And
your
then if you
style
would have
down
got,
pat a
if you
bit, the
would
way
have
you
ran
do
into
it.
a problem, you could have hit up Joe, and Joe would have told you, "Hey, do this."
Yeah. Yeah, because he's been mixing for you for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But the whole album, man, start to finish, is just like best way I can describe it is just a fun listen. Like from beginning to end, and I honestly can say no skips, every track, every feature, and putting this together, and it kind of fits the concept of the Chronic Get Back, Sit and Soak. Are there songs that didn't make the cut because they didn't fit the style of your album, or is this like the intended number of tracks for the album?
Nah, so what had happened is that I was trying to do two albums at once, and that didn't work. So I looked at the tracks I had, and I started playing with track lists, and then I started having a solid track list. So then I separated those other beats that I was going to use for a different project. Now I got those to the side for projects I'm doing with Meg Wicked, you know what I'm saying, and Mike Check 1 2. So those are my Santa Rosa friends. But yeah, man. So I sat back and I listened, and I was like, you know what, okay. And then I had a solid just stack of songs, and I was like, you know what, I need a female on here. So, and I ain't never really had a female rap on a song where, you know, I'm trying to spit and get at you, but I'm trying to come correct, you know, and she killed it right on Sprite. Thank you.
That's one of my favorites off the whole album, man. I love that track.
Yeah, me too, man. I sit back sometimes and skip and go right to that song, man, because it's funny. Like everybody's went through that, you know.
Yeah.
If you're a dude and you ever had a chick that you liked and might have choked like, ooh, whoa, hold on, whoa, what the hell am I gonna say?
Yeah.
You didn't pull like many a women in life, but this one got you like, oh nah, whoa, dumbfounded, you feel me?
And just to have her even rap back like her verse to match what you were talking about, you guys
Yeah,
blended well together on that track for real.
yeah, yeah.
And you got a
Yeah, that was
lot
a
of
good
dope
one.
features on this album, man. You got from Hector Biggs, Replay, Mike Check, McWicked. I'm gonna miss some Siren. You got Jumpin' Joe, obviously. Like you
Uh-huh.
got your core group of guys. How fun is it to work with on features? Because you were saying you didn't do a lot of features before, and just your intro on this album too is like I brought some friends along with me this time.
And that's why the vibe is totally different, you feel me?
Mm,
Because I got people from different places, different states, different country.
different country, yeah.
So, you know, it blended in well. And people that I used to do music with and stuff was like, dude, the way you put the track list together was just perfect. And I'm like, well, thank you, you know. I kind of feel like I have a gift for that. Like I don't know, but where it comes from is also trial and error because I'll go get some throwaway CDs, some blank CDs and burn it up and see how does it fit? How does it fit?
Yeah.
You know, first I'm on the Windows, media player and I'm putting together the list and I'm listening, skipping through and, putting together the list some more and then I'll burn it and then I'll take it to the car, see how it plays out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the forming of a track list, a lot like talking to some people kind of just throw it together. and others dwell on it for such a long time. Like I'm one of them. Like, got to have that right song, especially number one. Like if you have an intro, what's going to kick after that intro? I find that's such an important track. Which
Yeah,
is why for Global Domination 2, I kicked it off with Growth with you and Jumpin' Joe, just for the
yeah.
fact that I figured that was such a good starting song to show we've been here from the beginning, and look at the growth now. It's Global Domination 2.
That song is dope too, man. I really love that shit. I was just listening to that the other day. Came up on one of my burnt CDs. I was like, oh shit, oh man, oh yeah,
You and Joe
okay,
went hard on that, man.
yeah. I mean, we wouldn't have went hard if it wasn't for you putting the song on with us. So, jeez, we had to bless it.
I appreciate it because that's one of my favorites off the whole album for sure.
Yeah,
And with this album, I like asking people, you get certain songs that just come to you right away. So easy to write, it seems like. Even write and record, you can knock it out. And then you got ones that are a little more difficult. What was like the most difficult song on this album to create, and what was like the easiest one that just came to you?
the easiest one was the one with Sprite because I'm used to trying to have a way with the woman as far as my word game on a rap song. So that came real easily because, I've kind of, you know, had butterflies in my stomach over the years. And, even talking with my wife, like when I first got with her, that was woo.
Yeah.
So yeah, that song came the easiest. Keep Stepping came pretty easy. Lit Like This was very easy. Um, hmm. What? I mean, let me see. What song do I think I probably would have spent the longest time recording was probably Not With That.
Oh
Because I
yeah.
had to spit it a certain way for it to sound dope without,
Well, you can double like you can tell you recorded the not with that part separately from the way you not with that, like the way you did
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man, that was it. But it was a fun track. It was,
It
man.
is.
Yeah, I was pretty lifted off that when I did that song, Rose, and some good herb, and it was crazy.
What was the initial track that kicked off this whole album that you first made and decided like, okay, I'm going to start an album?
The one I had you on,
Oh,
Keep
really?
Stepping. Yeah,
Nice.
that's when I was starting, and I was gonna be like, man, it's gonna be my official BTB, album. But I didn't really, you know what I'm saying, get everybody, but I gotta know that of the people that I fuck with out the group. I fucks with everybody, but those that I've actually sat back and had conversations with and
Yeah.
stuff. So
That's the thing
yeah,
with us and with Joe and a lot of people within this group. A lot of us talk outside of music. Like, you know a
yeah,
lot about my family. I know a lot about yours, and just
yeah,
there's a bond in the group that I really appreciate how this group has became with certain members for sure.
yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. And if you were to choose one track off this whole album to make a music video out of, which track would you choose?
It'll probably have to be Got 'em Like.
I was thinking that as well, man.
It would have to be a crazy video.
Yeah.
It would have to be like somebody who knows what to do with the camera and all that.
Yeah,
That
that would
would
have been
be
awesome.
such a crazy video, man. Crazy.
That was actually the very first song, well, besides our feature that I heard, because before I went and bought it on Bandcamp, you can do like the preview of the few tracks. And I
Uh-huh.
clicked that one, and then I'm like, I could contact you right away. All right, I'm purchasing this shit right now. No doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been a fun. That would be a fun video, man.
yeah, it would. It would.
And
Yeah,
we're
I would do a video to that and Not With That. Those would be the first two that I would love to do a video to.
Yeah. You have any concepts of how those videos would go?
Well, for like not with that, I would just be you know, pretty much chilling by myself, talking about, you know, because I start off with the song, Never Catch Me Frontin' because I'm the only who's got my back.
Yeah.
You know, so of course with that, I'm gonna be sitting back by myself, probably at the kitchen table, you know, with a plate and food on it and, you know, talking about how I had to sit by myself and sat and ate. So, you know, something like that. Something about me going walking down the street, seeing dumb, crazy stuff and just not with that.
Yeah.
No, not with that. And it was funny, man. With that song, it was dope because I was like, Joe, I need your help, man. I need you to just say something on here. He was like, what, man? I ain't never did nothing like that. I said, look, dude, all you got to do is just say a few words. It'll come right to you. Man, he sent that back so fast, and I was so sprung because, you know, he didn't have to say much, but what he did say, it fit.
Yeah, I did.
You know, and I was just like, man, that and on that song and got him like he
Yeah.
did his, you know, few words.
You can always count on Joe, man. Anything, even when you get a feature and you want a verse from him, man, that guy will get it back quicker to me than anybody else in the whole group that I've
For
worked with.
real.
Even my own label, him and Automatic, the Ruthless, are two that if you ask them for a feature, you're getting it either that night or the next morning.
Yeah, 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 man. I just finished recording something yesterday with Joe. He had sent to me earlier this week and or last week, and I got to record it yesterday. And it's pretty dope, man. We got some stuff that has been put away, locked up, you know, ready for the coming out at some point. We got to see. But yeah, now that I've did this solo album, now I got to start getting ready for the show that I'm finna be at. I gotta get ready to finish this little EP that's been started, and then I gotta concentrate on another me and Joe album.
What's the show and what's the EP?
So the EP is with me, Mick Wicked, and Mike Check 1 2.
Nice.
It's gonna be titled The Higher Land. Yeah, and we got, let me see, we got about 2 songs deep. So yeah, I just got to record my verse for one of them, and then the other one we had did about 3-4 weeks back. So 2 songs down, and then we're only gonna do like a 7-track EP. Keep it real simple. And then after I'm done with that, get ready for the Me and Joe album, and then do that, and then you know it just doesn't stop.
It's true, man. It doesn't stop at all. I've been in feature mode myself. Like I'm not working on any projects myself recently, but when I took my step back there for a bit, I had everybody hitting me up for features. So now I'm finally, when I'm back into it now, getting them all back. I'm working with somebody from your camp. I don't want to give it away because it's his track, but I won't give the details of it. But that was a lot of fun, and you introduced me to him as well as Joe. So
oh man, that one that you and Replay did.
That's what I was talking about.
Man. Dude, yeah, it just dawned on me, man. That, oh my God.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Man.
That was fun. He hit me up with the concept and the idea he came up with. I was like, I absolutely love this.
Yeah, me too, man. That was dope. That song was so hard. I was like, oh my God, KC sound like he in California right now.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to do more with Replay. I've only worked with them a couple times. I had him on Global Domination too. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be working with him a lot more. And I met him through you. So
Yeah.
he's a fun. How long have you guys like known each other for? You and Replay?
Man, we linked up in 2009. So it's what, 2022. I've known him for what, 11, 12 years?
And
We're
you
in
just
the
linked
double
up to do
digits,
a
I know
track,
that.
or
Huh?
you guys just like linked up through music, or you guys met and like linked up some other?
So back in the day when we was going through a rough patch, we stayed at, me and my family, my wife and my kid, we stayed at the extended stay. All right. So he worked at the extended stay. And I was seeing him and stuff, and he was he was proper like, and just chilling, and hey, how you doing? And he had his little money talk going on with the guests and stuff, and had great customer service, should I say. He has great customer service. And so one day I came in and I was lit. And I heard some rap music going on in the background. I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I just kind of sat back in the cut, right? And then I was hearing him going off, him and this other cat. And he was like, yeah, man, fuck that, boo, yeah, and kiss my ass. So then I slammed the door, douche. And I came in and I was like, hey, you rap, huh? He was like, yeah. I said, here. And I went and gave him all 3 of my CDs I had at that time.
Nice.
So yeah, man, I caught him acting, acting like the real him outside of work at work. So
Yeah.
and then we linked up from there. That was November of 2009.
Damn.
Yeah, and then we did a song like probably like a week after we made that breakthrough. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
So far we
he's
talked
been a
about.
part of my musical journey since 2009.
Yeah, you guys can hear it with each other. Even like I always said, I've said this before in previous episodes, even on the Hangout, but like you and Joe, I swear you guys known each other almost your whole lives, but you pretty much linked up when me and you kind of linked up back in what, 2019, I think it was?
2020.
Yeah, early
It was
2020.
COVID, yeah, when
Yeah.
everything got shut down.
Yeah. It's how the whole BTB movement started, man. It was all COVID.
COVID rappers. I was like,
Yeah.
I have nothing but time on my hands. Ugh, ugh. And I was
Yeah.
getting paid for it too.
Pretty much it. So we shouted out some features on your album, and we talked about it a little bit before, but like I said, the production on your album, like incredible. Shout out some producers that helped you produce this whole album.
Oh yeah, man. What's the man, I don't even have a CD right here to even say who did on what. But you got it.
I do.
Yeah.
Here's inside cover if you can even see it well.
All right, let's see. So we got Replay with Right or Wrong, Genesis, Live One, CTG, and then DJ Stiz, but he didn't have his logo up to date when I needed it. So yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, anybody wants the album, Bandcamp, grab it. Also, are you hitting major platforms? Like, are you planning to do that release sometime in the near future?
I do. When? I don't know. Right now, I really just want to focus on putting albums on my Bandcamp and then put everything else on major platforms, just singles. Because, I mean, it's expensive to do an album, man.
Yeah, that's the route I'm going more this year, actually, is singles. I don't think I'll have a solo. I'll do Global Domination 3 when that comes around, but I'm going to be doing mostly singles through the rest of the year for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a gang of beats that I need to do singles with. The last single I did with somebody was the one that I did with Replay that was released, the extras.
Yeah, that was a dope track.
I had hella fun with that, but it was kind of pitchy on my end because I had just got the Bluebird mic, and then yeah, I just now that I've been adjusting with it, is my vocals is crisp.
Yeah.
Crispy, crisp. They was already good, but now they on the extra, like great. So
Yeah, and I'm looking at the time here. We only got about 8 minutes left before this will cut off, but I want to get a last couple questions in, and that's if you were to make a Mali Music greatest hits album and you would take all your songs, what would be your top, let's say 5 songs you'd pick, not only from this album, but previous albums as well, that you would throw on that greatest hits album?
well, see, I do have a greatest hits album that I never released. It's 21 tracks. It's got songs from my first 3 albums and other songs that didn't make the cut. Now that you said something, I'm gonna have to upload it. So yeah.
Well, what
Look
songs
out
would
for
you
that
pick off
real
this
soon. All
album to
My
add to
Slaps
it?
Volume 1. All My Slaps Volume 1.
You
I've
should,
had it for
man.
years.
Well, what songs would you pick off this album? If you were to pick, let's say, 3 off this album, you'd throw on your greatest hits.
Not with that. Got 'em like, and the one I did with Sprite.
Yeah, that's a good selection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
I
to
think
say
the whole
those
album
3.
can hit it.
Say what?
I said I think the whole album can almost hit up on there.
Okay. Well,
Looking
shit.
at some
Right
of the
on,
track
man.
list,
I
'cause,
appreciate it.
man, if I was to go my 3, let's say if I was to pick to go on your greatest hits, Got 'Em Like would definitely be up there. Brains Fried with Replay.
Oh yeah.
And not with that. Brains Fried, honestly, is probably one of top 2 on the album, top 3. I love that track.
Yeah. Replay came off on that. I was like, oh my God. So, and it was funny, man, because that vibe, dude. So I had like part of my verse wrote, right? I was like, man, I gotta record this at your house because I gotta get that vibe that you had. So I went over there, brought like a quarter of some good sativa. Man, that room was so cloudy, and I'm sitting there writing on my phone and spitting and then writing at the same time, and then kept going back and forth. By the time the song was done, dude, it was a thick cloud in the air, and we had Brains Fried. It was so dope. I had so much fun. I was really working, punching in, writing my next 4 or 5 bars, punch in with that, write another few other bars. Like that's how it went, and it was dope. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, it just sounded like you guys had fun recording, and you can tell you guys are in the same room with that track. You get these certain vibes that you feel like you can tell they're together compared to, just sending stems across country, and you guys can feel it on that one.
Yeah, well, sheesh, everybody I got on my album, you can feel like it seemed like we all was recording for hella long.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
I felt like I brought something out of everybody that they don't really do on their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for when you sent me Keep Stepping and just the topic of the song and the hook. The hook, it did what it's supposed to do. It got me fucking hooked, man. I love that hook.
Bringing the bars like some stars we all shining.
I love that track, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a really good group of guys, I mean, man. You can hear it on the album. I'm shouting out BTB in a major way, you feel me? Because I was there when it started. I was there. I'm still there. I'll be checking out stuff, liking stuff here and there, but dude, I work 2 jobs, so I don't really have time to be, you already know, because me and you, we talk on a different level too outside of this. So
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, like, it just it's a fam. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Brought a lot of like sides out of people that I feel like, they need to bring out a little more often. You know what I'm saying? Like, come
Yeah.
on, let's get it. Have fun with it. Let's do it. You know, everybody came with it. Every last
Yeah.
person. Everyone.
Lot.
Nobody lagged. Everybody did their part. I was so happy. Dude, I got people in my own city that I used to record with. I can't even get them together in one room for nothing. I can't get nothing for nothing.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man.
But everybody that was far away, I can go bloop, send, and then go bloop, send back, and voila. I'm like, wow. Okay. I got people hitting me up like, dude, didn't you say you needed a feature for me? I'm like, oh man, my bad. Like Siren, it took me hella long to get to him with mine, but I got it to him because I was just busy, man. And when I would get home, I didn't want to turn on the computer. But
Well, that's
yeah,
just it, man. We
everybody
all
came.
have families. We all have lives. You know, we're
Yeah,
all understanding one another. Like this is not our main source of income for pretty much would say all of us. You know,
yeah, yeah.
but that's what BTB is about, man. Getting more recognition on these underground artists that I find are 100 times better than the shit I hear on the radio.
Feel me? I can't even listen to the radio no more. It pisses
No,
me off.
yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, man, we're running out of time. I'm gonna have to let you go. Like I said, incredible album. I'm sure we'll see this on the nominations for the BTB Awards for next year. So good luck on that.
All
And
right.
just thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your night, man.
All right, you too.
Have a good one.
Bye.